So I was really looking forward to test and review this backpack. However, this is not a review, or well, it kinda is, but it really isn't. I'm a little bit in a dilemma here. Alright, I actually just went to the car to take this one shot. If you have seen my last video about my desk tour, you know that I'm predominantly working from home and I actually didn't have to go anywhere. I only work at home, I don't go to the office. Germany went to a second lockdown. It's a lockdown light actually. We can go to the supermarket and stuff like that, but we are supposed to stay at home as much as possible. So, and you might have guessed it, this makes reviewing bags a little bit more difficult. Obviously, I can carry the bag at home, but it's not like I'm actually properly testing the bag on a day-to-day basis, which is the dilemma I'm currently in. And obviously, as a long-time reviewer, I can take a look at the bag and see all of the positives and negatives at one or two glances. But to me, that's not a real review. I need to test it while I'm going to work, when I'm outside, and I don't just want to walk inside the house like you can see right now and test the bag. So moving forward, although I would really love to use this bag properly and test all of the bags properly, moving forward, I guess all of these videos are quick looks / reviews. They are a little bit more than a quick look because I will test them as much as I can at home, load them, unload them, carry them around, but still I don't feel like that this is a real review on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, maybe think of these as quick look, review, hands-on videos until we hopefully are out of this whole pandemic situation and we start to go back to a more or less normal life. Alright, so what are the positives of the Bellroy Apex? First and foremost, I have to say this is a very good looking backpack in my humble opinion. Not only that it looks very good because you can actually use this in the office, but it's still very cool looking that I think you could take this out if you're going to dinner or to a bar after you're done working. Obviously this is not possible at the moment, but nevertheless I feel like this has a good balance between looking very cool, very professional, and moreover this is very well made. All of the fabrics, the choices of materials, they are very good. It's very well made and very well chosen because everything is environmentally friendly. The leather is it also called environmentally friendly? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right English term, but still the fabrics are great and all of the materials, the zippers, how this bag is made is incredible. So besides it being a very well made and good looking backpack, the layout of the compartments and how you can open this main compartment is very refreshing. So you have this hook, which is not as easy to open and close, but more on that in the negative section. And then you can quickly open up the main compartment with these zippers. So it's kind of a clamshell opening as well, a hybrid. These zippers have a dual opening purpose, so you can open it this way but also have a quick access to the side if you don't want to open this big main compartment's flap down opening. Inside you have these side pockets, which I found to be very useful because whenever you load something, maybe a bottle or even a longer pouch or small items, they are kept in place very well in these side pockets and don't just and don't just slide down and accumulate at the bottom and are not very difficult to find. So I find these side compartments very good. Alright, now that we have talked about all of the positives, let's talk about the negatives. And while all of these compartments and slots in the opening are really well laid out, one negative that I found is that the side quick access compartments mostly expand to the inside, which is all good and not that big of an issue, but if you completely load up the main compartment, especially also those side pockets inside the main compartments, you might have a difficult time using the quick access compartments on the sides. They are actually intended for your key, your wallet and stuff like that, but maybe you want to put something a little bit more thicker into these side compartments, or maybe you have a big wallet, then this could compromise a little bit the capacity of those side pockets. Continuing with compartments, or rather opening, while I like the idea of this opening with this, let's call it side hook, it's a very creative way to open and close the main compartment, and this is made out of environmentally friendly leather, if I'm not mistaken. It is, as mentioned, creative and I like it, but in the beginning, when these loops are not broken in yet, it is very difficult to open and close, and it's definitely a two-handed operation. So if you want to access your main compartment quickly and opening up the main compartment completely, because there is a quick access to the main compartment via these side zippers. So if you want to open up the main compartment completely, this is not a quick opening system. So you actually have to open it up like this, and then you can actually open the whole bag via the zippers and this rather clamshell opening. But this hook by itself is very difficult to open and close. And I'm not sure what happens once these leather loops are broken in and potentially are a little bit looser. Will this hook maybe open up too easily? I don't know yet. And continuing with the opening of this main compartment, when the bag is not completely full and you can flap this opening to the, let's say, narrowest or smallest opening of the loop, because there are a couple of loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is some expandability of the main compartment. I'm not 100% sure how water protected all of your stuff inside is. The material is water resistant, and when you use the smallest loop, then the opening is almost fully closed and protected. But maybe if you have the top loop and the opening is not completely closed and the opening is a little bit more exposed, let's say that way, and you are like myself, a motorcycle rider, and there's a lot of wind, some side winds in autumn when you're just walking around, then there is the potential that some water could drip inside or get inside via the sides of this main opening, because it is just a flap down. This is not a big major deal for most people, but I still think that's something to consider. Then looking into the main compartment, these top quick access slots. There is a zippered slot with some soft mesh, and then an open slot with a small pocket for maybe sunglasses, and another pocket where you could stuff like this track folding pouch with my extended EDC in here. What I don't like about it is actually that this pocket is not closed, so if I'm just going a little bit too fast, then the pocket will just slide out, or even your sunglasses. There is a magnetic closing, and you're actually not supposed to put something that big inside here, but it fits. Why not use it like that, in my humble opinion? Yeah, I put some bigger items in here, and then the magnetic closing doesn't close properly. So there is the potential of stuff just flying out. Further, these pockets expand to the main compartment as well. This is a gripe that I have with many bags with sunglass compartments. I would never put a sunglass or my regular expensive glasses into a pocket like that, because I would fear that something inside the main compartment could crush my glasses. So I personally don't use these pockets for glasses. These are some good quick access compartments, but they're not as useful as some zippered pockets. I would probably prefer to have just one zippered pocket that has a little bit more room to it than having 3 smaller pockets that potentially get into each other's way. And continuing with the slots, compartments, this is actually a very, let's call it simple layout, which is not a bad thing, but if you want a lot of compartments and stuff like that, then this potentially might not be the right bag. You have basically just the main compartment and no proper access to your laptop. Usually, you know, you have the laptop compartment outside, a little bit more easily accessible. Everything is inside the main compartment, so you have one laptop compartment, one slot maybe for documents or an iPad, 2 side slots for water bottles or longer items, and then these quick access compartment, as mentioned, they are not as useful, to me at least. For smaller items they're great, but if you have like your USB stick or something inside here, then there is the potential that they just fly out. Yes, you have the zippered pocket, but yeah, I'm not sure. For me, this didn't feel as useful as I wanted it to be. And then on the outside you have this side quick access compartment. But that's basically, although that sounds like much, in practice it didn't feel like a lot of pockets, to be quite honest. That being said, this is not necessarily a negative in particular, because some like simple layouts, and I always say I prefer simple layouts that adapt to my packing style compared to bags that have lots of slots, lots of compartments, and that potentially overwhelm me or let me forget where did I put what, or where is my pen and where is my little notebook. So a simple layout usually is better than something that overwhelms you with lots of slots and compartments, in my humble opinion. Alright, so as you can tell, there aren't that many positives and negatives that I can tell you right now. This being a quick look / review, as mentioned, I have not properly tested this bag on a day-to-day basis, but I have tested it as much as possible at home. So what's my, what I call this, verdict if I haven't tested it properly? So what's my current verdict, let's call it that. The Bellroy Apex is incredible. I really like the look of the bag. I love the build quality and the choices of materials. The materials are really refreshing and I like the environmentally friendly approach to it. The design of all of the features and compartments are very creative. This opening with the hook is pretty cool. This hybrid, let's call it that, top-loading clamshell design is very cool. The hook is something that needs to be taken a look at after a longer period of time of use, because I'm not sure how well these leather loops will hold up over a longer period of time. Obviously, I don't think that they will break, but with leather, it will get a little bit more loose, let's say it that way. And I'm not sure if the hook will hold up properly over a longer period of time. So that has to be something that I need to take a look at. And as mentioned in the negatives, the layout of all of the compartments, the slots, is very simple in a way. And I wish there were a couple of more zippered pockets inside and the laptop compartment would be accessible from the outside, which would make it a little bit more easier when you want to go through the security check at the airport. Obviously, I always mention this, although I know that we are currently during lockdown and not going to travel anyway, but still, it would be a great addition to be able to access the laptop a little bit differently. Plus, I know that you can access the laptop from the top, but speaking of the top, me being a motorcycle rider and being exposed to high winds, I'm not sure how well I would trust the bag when I'm getting into rain. When I'm walking around, I think the bag will be very weatherproof, but the opening on top has a little bit, let's say, leeway that some water could be pushed inside by high winds because it doesn't seal up completely. So that's something to consider if it rains a lot wherever you are living or wherever you want to go. So with all of that in mind, I can highly recommend the Bellroy Apex. However, we need to keep in mind the price. Usually I don't really talk about pricing with bags, but for some reason I feel like with this bag it is important to talk about because it is a very pricey investment. And investment is the key word here. You invest in a very well made and very good looking bag that is made out of very good environmentally friendly materials. So I think the price is justified, and it is an investment that I believe will hold up a lifetime. Plus you get a very long warranty. I don't know how long the warranty is, but I will superimpose it somewhere here in the picture. But yeah, you need to keep in mind that the price of this bag is very high. I think it's justified, but I will acknowledge that some of you will mention this in the comment section, and it is an investment, and considering the competition, I realize that some might be turned off by the pricing of this bag. So long story short, if you don't mind the pricing or you think that the pricing is justified, if you consider Bellroy's reputation with very well made bags, you like the look of the bag, then I can highly recommend the bag because I think it looks awesome and I think it's very well made. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this bag, and more importantly, what do you think about this new style of video. I try to keep it a little bit vloggy or casual, and these are all moving forward, not really reviews, but they're a little bit more than quick looks. Maybe you have a good name for this. I will probably just call it in the title quick look / review / hands-on or something like that. If you have a cool name for these types of reviews, which are hybrid between quick look and review, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know how you liked this style of videos. And if you have any other questions, also comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon so you won't miss next videos. Thank you very much, stay safe, stay healthy, and I see you in the next one.